Are you one of the 75% of contractors whose financial statements are inaccurate? Find out. Click on the link in the show notes and you'll get a free P&L and balance sheet check.
This is Contractor Sense with Ruth King.
Welcome to Contractor Sense. Here you discover ideas, tactics, news, and information that matters to your contracting business and you. I'm your host, Ruth King. This episode is sponsored by Financially Fit Business. Get the business tool that makes your financial statements come alive and turn data into impactful graphs that help you see what is going on with your business. Go to www.financiallyfit.business and get started today. Thank you for joining us. Here is how we will help your business and you. This is a subject that is near and dear to my heart, bookkeeping. Before you say, ugh, and click off this episode, give it a chance. Without good books, you never know whether you're earning a profit, and you have a great chance of sleepless nights worrying about cash. My guest today, Erin Andrews, owners of Level Accounting, preaches that your bookkeeping is the roadmap of your business, not just a deduction tracker or afterthought. She'll break down why hiring the wrong person to do your books is like hiring a Walmart greeter to draft your contracts. And yeah, she said that. She makes accounting make sense. And believe it or not, even fun for business owners. Erin, welcome to Contractor Sense.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Ruth. Happy to be here.
My pleasure. So, how do you make bookkeeping fun?
How do we make it fun? The act of doing it, I'm not so sure, but giving the results that people need to see. I guess I think it's fun to see the numbers and what you're working so hard for, and then explaining it in a simple manner so people understand like what their business is actually doing. So I think that's how it's fun, to be honest. And then we're just great people that like to not take ourselves too seriously, I think.
Yeah, well, that's the key is to not be the bookkeeper who is like a stick in the mud.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Personality is important.
Yes, yeah.
So, how many people do you find, and you may have a better number here than I do, that when the owner of the business hires his wife to do the books?
Yeah. Is it how many that actually do it? I would say, well, it depends on the size of the business, obviously, but I would say a solid 25 to 30% hire their spouse, or maybe like their great. We have a character, great aunt Bertha, someone they know that isn't necessarily an accountant, but just has taken a couple QuickBooks classes, or it's their spouse because they want to help out.
Well, some of them haven't even taken any QuickBooks classes. I have
Nope.
news for you.
No, they have not. No, unfortunately, I will say Intuit and QuickBooks has done a really good job of selling bookkeeping, that it can be done by anybody. Anybody can be an accountant. So we do have that battle to fight against them because it's obviously not true. And not everybody can be a bookkeeper.
Well, you have to know some amount of language
Yes, exactly.
to be able to do it right. So, when you're talking about, obviously you do this, but if somebody's looking to hire a bookkeeper, what are the questions that they should be asking? What should they be asking you to hire you?
To hire us. Um, well, education is a great background, but obviously if you're hiring an accounting firm, I would assume those people that are being hired are educated, have a background in accounting. If you were to hire someone, I guess, internally, I would definitely want to know about their job history and if they've actually done accounting. Ideally, at an accounting firm for small businesses, or years and years of history at a small business where they can sort of prove they know what they're doing. I would even do some sort of assessment to test their knowledge, their accounting knowledge, and you can get some online that can give you the answers too. I know it's kind of technical, but they just need to prove that they can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a bookkeeping test, and if you don't pass that test, I don't hire you.
Yeah,
Forget it.
we do
Not
too.
happening.
Yeah, we do too.
So let's talk a little bit about Level Accounting. Talk
Sure.
about the firm.
So we've been around for 18 years this summer, actually. I'm actually a second generation firm owner. My parents have had something for about 45 years. But we work with all of our clients. They're all in the trades. Small businesses, we like to be between 500,000 and 5 million for our clients. So I guess in the world of business, that's a true small business. And we work with all of our clients monthly So we're handling their bookkeeping, payroll, tax planning, tax preparation, workers' comp liability audits, all that stuff. But we take a team approach. So our clients always have someone to go to. They have like a staff accountant, accounting and tax manager that will review the things, but we're also very hands-on and super collaborative. So one of the reasons we take on clients or clients leave their current accountants is lack of communication. So we have worked very, very hard to make communication one of our top priorities. So we have constant check-ins throughout the month. We have one specific scheduled check-in throughout the month that clients can attend, that should attend. But just always trying to reach out, text, email, obviously, video, smoke signals, really whatever works. We want to make sure the client knows we're there, right? So I think that's the biggest thing that clients want to know is that you have their back and they can actually get a response if they reach out to you.
Yeah. I mean, how many times do we have to use smoke signals?
Honestly, I wish it was a real thing. But yeah, a
On
lot
an
actually.
Indian reservation, it might
Yes,
be.
that's right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, the way I see it, and because I work with a lot of contractors,
Mhm.
obviously, a lot of them don't want to take the time to do their financials.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
they're too busy. They don't have time for it until something happens. Then they start paying
Yes.
attention.
Yeah. I actually, just a quick little story. We actually just got, we were just reached out by a prospect yesterday who has a electrical business in Massachusetts, and he needs to file 3 years of tax returns or he'll lose his license by today.
Oh, lovely.
So, yeah, they kind of just put themselves in that position, and because they also hired his spouse, or quote unquote hired his spouse to do the book. So,
Yeah, we have a problem, an absolute problem at that point.
yep, if you're gonna lose your electrical license, how are you gonna pay the bills?
Well, yeah, how are you gonna generate revenue? I mean, you're not gonna pay the bills, but I know how many people work for you and then they're all out of a job.
Yep, and your customers they taking deposits on. Excuse me. Yep. So,
Yeah, we know that, so pay attention more so than anything else. The way I like to describe this, and it's more of a heating and air thing rather than necessary electrical, but electrical can do it too. Plumbing can do it too. Think about the first time you wired a house, or you plumbed a house, or you looked at a wiring diagram, or some technical thing that you're doing in your job. You went, I don't know what this is. I don't know. And you look at it, and it looks like Greek or Russian or Chinese or whatever. But what did you do? You went and you worked at it because you had to in order to be able to make a living. Well, I don't know about you, but I think that the financial side is a lot easier than learning to read a wiring diagram. I've done it.
yeah. Yes. Yeah. Even looking at my what do you call electrical panel, that's even fun. So,
Yeah,
just little numbers. So yeah.
yeah. So before we take a break, if somebody wants to reach out to you, how do they do that?
We're all over social media, so Level Accounting or Level Accounting Firm are our handles, but you can also go to our website, levelaccountingfirm.com, and email us info@levelaccountingfirm.com.
Do you actually answer your info?
We do. We have someone that
Amazing.
monitors it all day.
Very good. One of the few. Congratulations.
Oh, I mean, we're not perfect, but we try. So,
All right, we'll be right back. Thanks for listening to Contractor Sense. Imagine you had total freedom. You didn't have to worry about money. You didn't have to be a slave to your business. The words, I can't, are eliminated from your vocabulary. What if you could do what you want to do, whenever you want to do it? A financially fit business could give you that freedom. How? By knowing what your financial statements are telling you and taking action based on what they say. You can do this in less than 10 minutes a month at an investment of less than taking your family out to dinner once a month. And if your financial statements are a mess, you can get help. Go to www.financiallyfit.business or click on the QR code below to get started today. We're back. Thanks for listening to Contractor Sense. I'm speaking with Erin Andrews, who owns Level Accounting or levelaccountingfirm.com, whichever you want to go to. And before the break, we talked about the reality and the things that you have to do and why bookkeeping and accounting are so important and communication is so important. So I want to take the time we have left together because this is airing in October. What do we do? When should we start tax planning and getting everything ready so that we can take advantage of everything for 2025? Now, I know Trump's bill of the big, beautiful, whatever it is going to impact things too. But, do you start in October? And I know the answer is not December 29th, but, reality, when do you start?
So I was joking and told you before we got back on here is January 1st of 2025. I was sort of partially joking. Obviously, starting earlier is better than later because you can start doing things throughout the year to help you. But if you're not doing anything to plan for tax season or your tax returns tax season now, you should start now. You need to make sure your books are up to date, that you have a real clear picture of your profit, your taxable income. Also, then you can plan. Let's say you work with your accountant, and you realize you have a huge profit, but you do need a truck or something like that. Then you can actually plan to buy it rather than going to the dealership on literally December 30th. We've had clients do this. I'm sure you have too.
Yep.
Um, Trying to get a truck loan because they just waited too long. But and if you're not starting now, just as soon as possible. Basically, by December, it's almost too late to really have a big impact just because you can't have true planning rather than just throwing money and saying, I'm going to buy a truck, like I just said. Um, but being organized, I think, throughout the year is the most critical piece because if you're organized, then it's a lot easier to tax plan um, quickly, I guess, because you have
Well,
accurate data.
yeah, that's the accurate data, and that's
Hmm.
what's the really critical part of it, and
Exactly.
if you do it monthly and you have monthly books and monthly
Hmm.
accurate books, I would assume it's a lot cheaper too at that point.
Oh, yeah, with the tax, yes, yes, yes. I mean, I wrote this down, stepping over dollars to save pennies. People say, "Oh, I don't need. Oh, I'll contact you in January or February when my tax is done." I'm like, "Oh, that's because they don't want to pay, during the year to get their books done." I'm like, "That's not the way to save it. You're actually going to be spending more money on tax." It's really hard to um, prove or show your hypothetical tax versus what you're paying in bookkeeping or accounting monthly, but the savings is real if you hire somebody to do it accurately. Really can have a huge impact.
Well, yeah, because you can just dump it right into all the tax software. It makes your life easy.
Yeah, it's just great. We really don't like to get into tax season and basically have an oh crap moment for a client and you owe $50,000. Like that's the worst feeling for
Oh,
us and for the client. So, I mean, you should just at least have a heads up rather than just March 14th or even April 14th. Oh, I have to pay in this kind of money. No one, that's a horrible feeling. And you
yeah.
might not have the money.
Well, that's true too. It's like the
Mhm.
question they ask you at that point is like, "Where is it? I mean, I made a profit in this much, but I don't have the cash." Well, guess what? It's in receivables and inventory and all that other fun stuff. So, you just
Yep.
y sometimes that's their wake-up call, unfortunately.
Yeah, that happens a lot. We get a lot of people that come to us in April, May saying, oh, I owed all this money in tax this year. What am I supposed to do? It's like, let's get going. This is the time to start now.
Yeah, you gotta do
Hmm.
it. You absolutely have to do it. So, from your perspective, you work with contractors all around the country, right? So, let's assume I'm in Atlanta and you're in Michigan, for example. How do we work? Zoom?
Yeah, Zoom. I mean, technology those days. We're just hopping on. I'm on Zoom all day, but yeah. So Zoom, we have portals. Like I said, we do text, email, all that stuff. It's pretty easy. We have a pretty streamlined system. For documents, we try to get access to a lot of things, so you don't have to. Our clients don't have to waste their time getting us a random statement here or there. If we can get online access, we will. But it's very seamless. I actually think it saves a lot more time working remotely with our clients than having them like the old traditional model coming in the office. They have to drive here, take an hour or two for a meeting, and then drive home. Um, so the remote has actually worked quite well. We have done several meetings with clients in their trucks, which is totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care where you
Yeah.
are as long as you can
No.
do it. I mean, you listen
Yeah.
to this in your truck. I mean,
Exactly.
a lot of the
Exactly.
listeners do. Who cares?
Yeah. Their truck is their office.
Yeah,
So. Mhm.
absolutely. So, tax planning, we jokingly said January 1, but the reality of it is good books make easy tax planning.
Yeah. Mhm. Yep.
So,
Good books in collaboration with your accountant, I should
yeah.
say.
Yeah. Communicating with your accountant makes good
Yeah,
books.
yeah.
So, that's cool. All right. So if we're doing that, and a lot of times when we put the budgets together, it's like, okay, you're going to make so much money this year. Help. And there's probably not everything that you can do, correct? I mean, there's some things you can do, but you got to pay your taxes.
Yes, that is a misconception I think people have is, "Oh, I'm going to a great accountant, I'm not gonna pay any taxes." That's not true. We're gonna mitigate how much taxes that you pay and limit them. So, and also sometimes, like, I guess a more common one is, like, retirement plan contributions. A lot of guys in their 20s or 30s, even 40s, don't wanna contribute to a retirement plan. They'd rather have that money available to invest in something else. So, sometimes some of the tax stuff that we do, they just don't wanna do it, so we can't save money on it. Um, but
They've
I
got
just had a brain
they got to do it. They
they gotta
absolutely
do
have
it,
to.
yes. They have to do it. So, yeah, to pay tax, it's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing either. It also means you're making money.
Yeah.
Um, so it's just planning for that, though. You have to plan ahead, and then there's ways to take it if you do owe tax, there are ways to, like, owner payroll if you're on an S corp or something like that. We can manage that and actually reduce tax even by putting it through owner payroll. So there's different ways to do it throughout the year. That's why I jokingly said January 1st, but find that on a joke. So there's strategy you can take throughout the year to help with that.
Very good. So, Erin, give us the website address one last time.
It's levelaccountingfirm.com. And if you do follow me on Facebook, I have a pretty big following on my personal Facebook, which is Erin Andrews.
Very good. Thank you so
Yep.
much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks to all of you for joining us. Choose one thing you discovered and implement it in your business. These ideas, tactics, and strategies help you make more money, have more free time, and give back. If you like today's program, spread the word. Please review this podcast on any device you're listening to it on. Help a fellow contractor make more money too. For comments or questions, call me at 770-729-0258 or email Ruth King at hvacchannel.tv. Thanks for listening. Have a great and profitable day.